Howdy ho there, friends and neighbors. Bobby here this evening. Hey folks, tonight we're in my laundry room, and if you look at this wall, we have the perfect example to do a how-to video on fixing small nail holes and so forth in your wall before you get ready to paint, because we have a bunch of them right there. And you might ask yourself, how did all this damage get in MintHillBilly's laundry room? Well, friends and neighbors, I'll just tell you, I don't look at this wall very often because this is the laundry room door. So if I'm coming in here, the door's open, and then when I leave, the door's shut, and I don't really hang out in my laundry room with the door shut. But my ex-wife many years ago, she actually hung some type of little apparatus on here to like hang things on or something, and she probably asked me to do it. And I probably didn't have time, maybe, and she done the best she could. Okay, bless her heart. She had something on here, but I think it actually kind of fell off a time or two. But anyway, we're going to fix this up today, friends, so stay tuned, and we'll show you how to get this done. Okay, friends, I want to go ahead and add a couple more holes to this cluster of holes that we have here, okay? Because I want to show you how to fix all these various size holes today, going up to a 1/2 inch diameter, okay? And then we got another video that we're going to be doing probably later on this week, where we'll show you how to fix holes as big as your fist, but I'm not going to do it in here in my house. We've got an actual little demonstration thing set up in the garage to do that with. But today I will show you how to fix anything from these little small nail holes real quickly, and get the paint over them right away. And these are like 1/4 inch diameter holes. We'll fix these as well. We'll take these little plastic pieces out of here, and of course we got some 1/2 inch diameter holes. We'll get these fixed as well. Oh, and down here we actually have like a doorknob damage here that will fix that right quick, and that's not busted all the way through, so we'll show you how quick and easy it is to fix that. Right here you notice there's just a piece where the paint's actually peeled off and got the paper peeled off a little bit. We'll show you how to get that done too. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to clean up this wall, okay? And we've got our 4-inch knife here, because if you'll look, I don't know if the camera will allow you to see that, just about everywhere there's a hole, it's actually sticking out. You know, it's kind of sticked out. So we want to get all this knocked down flush, okay? We'll get all this stuff knocked down the best you can, because before we fill it, we want it to be nice and flush to start with. So I'm going to run this knife over all these holes here and make sure everything's nice and flush. Okay, friends, I think we're about done here. And like, even with your knife, if you got something that's sticking up kind of too far, you can actually take the corner of the knife and kind of push it down. Make sure you got everything nice and flush before you ever start repairing. Then you can take your sanding block here and you just kind of run it over all your holes in your wall as well. And we'll go ahead and do that right quick. Okay, friends, some of the tools and supplies that you might need. Over here to the right, we have our mixing hawk here that we will use to put our compounds and stuff on to work off of. Have a couple different knives here. We have an 8-inch, we got a 4-inch. Also have some of these little Bondo spreaders. These are great just for doing little small holes and stuff. A little easier to work with. We have also our different materials here. We have a lightweight spackling. I mean, this whole container is full of super lightweight. We have this other type of spackling here that actually goes on pink, and when it's totally dry, it turns white. That's kind of easy to use because you know when it's dry. It's a little heavier bodied material. And of course we have joint compound, which is probably about the strongest, but it does take a while for that to set up, at least 24 hours. So let's get started. Okay folks, first of all we're going to demonstrate fixing some of these holes with this pink spackling. And we're going to put a little bit of this on onto our hawk here. And we're just going to kind of move it around a little bit. And this here technique here I'm getting ready to use is like if you're in the middle of painting a wall and all of a sudden you thought you had everything ready to go, and all of a sudden you found a couple little nail holes like this right here, and you can spread a little bit of this stuff over there, just like so. And we'll go ahead and spread some of these holes here if we can. We might be able to get enough of that to kind of feed in there. These are a little bit large, but like the real small ones, like little nail holes, this one might be good to do it with too. Fill up a little bit here. These are a little bit big here, but we'll see what it does like. I want to show you a little technique using a grout sponge that works really neat, especially for the real small stuff. Okay, so come right over here. And what I have here is a grout sponge that I actually soaked in water. And you just want to squeeze just about all the water out of it that you can. You want it pretty dry. And you want to come up here to the wall, just kind of lightly rub over that, okay? Go a couple different directions. And friends, you can let that right there sit and dry just a little bit. And if you were painting, you could probably just go ahead and paint right over that. And once you got a coat or two of your latex paint on there, you wouldn't even notice. Especially like these little small ones here, that's all you need to do. And some of these might be a little too big for this technique that I'm using. It might not really look all that great ready for paint after that, but I was just trying to give you a little demonstration of that, how you can just, while it's still wet, you can go ahead and level it off with a sponge, okay? I'm going to go and wipe this pretty clean because I don't really like the way this is looking. But this technique is great for little small nail holes, like where you might have some pictures and stuff hung. And works real quick and real easy, and you don't need any sanding. I actually see a little hole right up here. I'll go ahead and fill it the same way. Just push it right in there, go right over it with the sponge, and you're ready to paint, okay? All right, so we'll continue on. All right, folks, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and cover over these holes here, because I wasn't too happy with the way that little technique turned out. So we're going to just put a coat over top of all these. Just kind of get it covered a little bit. And then we will come back here in a little bit. This stuff here, when it dries, it will turn white. We'll push some down in those holes. We'll come back over it. And you can go back over this here in a little bit once this turns white. Do a light sanding on it and you should be good to go, okay? So now we'll move on to showing you how to use the lightweight spackling. Okay friends, now we're going to take some of this lightweight, fluffy spackling. Put a little bit of that on our hawk here. And we're going to go ahead and patch up these holes right here in the middle. We might go and see if we can get some of it to hang in that 1/2 inch diameter hole as well, okay? So we're going to peel off some of this, and we're just going to go ahead and go right across all these here, right quick. Going to squeeze it into those 1/4 inch holes the best that you can. We'll squeeze it all in there good. Get a little bit more on the knife here. And we'll go ahead and put a little extra on there. A little extra down here below. Lay it right across there in the middle. Take your knife and just kind of put a little bit of pressure on one edge, like in this fashion right here, and just peel it across there to remove all the excess there. So you have, and same thing here, just kind of put a little pressure right there, come across here, and you'll get a lot of that off the top. We'll let that sit up for a few hours typically. Shouldn't take too long for the lightweight stuff to dry. And right here, even on this little part where there's a paper tear, we'll go ahead and just put a little bit there. And that should actually fill that in pretty good, okay? Now even, one good thing about the this lightweight stuff, like holes like this right here, if you use joint compound or even that medium bodied pink stuff, sometimes it's kind of heavy, so before it gets a chance to set up, it'll try to either run out of the back of the hole, or bulge out and run this way, and you'll have to sand it at least one more time to recoat it. Not to say that we might not have to do that with this. Let's just go ahead and force some in that hole, okay? We'll force it in there real good. We'll come back and just put us a little coat on there. And we'll see how that does in a few hours. Actually, may have to get back on it tomorrow. Might take a little while for that to dry. Okay friends, I'm going to show you another little way of fixing a hole that's about 1/2 inch in diameter. Just take off a piece of this mesh tape here. Just kind of fold it in half. Get your wire tie, a zip tie, if that's what you call them. Zip ties, wire ties, some people call them either one. Grab it somewhere in the middle there. Just kind of go like so. Take that and shove it in the hole. Shove that little piece of wire and mesh and everything right into the hole where it kind of can pull back up against the hole. And you got something kind of backing you there. Go ahead and take your spackling and fill that hole up with that wire tie and that mesh and everything in there. You want to fill that sucker on up very good. Kind of tug on it. And when that dries, that'll have actually something kind of on the back side of there. On the back of that sheetrock inside that wall. Now when you got it tugged out there like that, take your side cutters, okay? Reach up here and just cut the wire tie. Bam, just like so. And now, just go back over it with another little layer of your spackling here. And we will allow that to dry. Good. Let me get my hawk here. We'll go ahead and turn our knife on the edge there like I was showing you earlier. Kind of take off some of the excess, and that's pretty good right there. We're just going to let that dry. That's just another little way of fixing a hole there. And it allows you to get some squeeze through there and something to kind of pull back on the back of the sheetrock. Alright, since we're using lightweight spackling here and we are in a laundry room, typically for something as large as what we're doing right here, I would probably go and switch on over to joint compound, but we'll just use this to fix this little divot down here today. So we're just going to fill that in. Ooh, didn't mean to get all that on the floor. Because we'll probably have to coat this a couple times anyway. So we'll go ahead and just get us a nice little coat on there. And we'll come back and sand on that and probably recoat that either later today or sometime tomorrow. Okay friends, that's it for right now. We'll come back and check it a little bit later and we'll add a little bit more to it if we need to. Okay friends, hey, we're here on day 2 after allowing this stuff to dry good overnight. And we've got our green sanding block here, and we're going to go ahead and start lightly sanding all these spots here. And we will go ahead and continue to do that, and we'll get it knocked down to see if we need to apply another coat of spackling. Okay folks, hey, we've already completed our sanding on all of these on the wall here, but I'm going to go ahead and apply another coat of our pink spackling, the kind that actually dries to the color white. Come on up here to the wall. Actually, if you remember, I put some of that over these holes up here, and I want a couple little spots I got to touch up. And right in here where the lightweight spackling was, I got that sanded down. I wasn't crazy about the way the lightweight spackling actually sands. It don't sand quite as easy as this pink stuff. So, and you notice I got some pinholes and everything here and across here, and a little low spot down here where my doorknob is that we got to fill in a little bit more. So we're going to take this stuff and we'll be applying such a thin coat that hopefully in about an hour from now we can come in here and do a final sanding on everything and actually be totally done. So I'm going to come up here We're just going to go a light little, a couple of them little spots right there. And I go over everything here right quick. Some of these little pinholes and low spots. And actually, here's one I totally missed yesterday, so we should be able to get all this one little coating. That's a little low spot right there too. So I'm going to go ahead and reglaze this across here, and then we'll take a look at when I'm done. Okay friends, we're just going back over. Oh wow, dropped a big old gobble on the floor again. I'm going to have to get in here and clean this mess up. Apply another little thin coat. That's over the first half-inch hole that we put in the wall, the one that we filled with the lightweight stuff. And right here, this is that hole that we filled using the little trick with the wire mesh and the zip tie. We should go right over that one more time. Fill in a couple pinholes. Give us something a little bit more to feather out. With this stuff, it sands a little easier. And down here, there's actually a little low spot. It's not too low though. We should be able to get it with this coat here and be totally done. Right in there. You got a little bit of a low spot where it kind of shrunk in a little bit. Friends, that should just about take care of it. Actually, I see a couple little nicks in the wall here. I'm going to go ahead and touch up. Here's a couple, one right in here. Go ahead and touch that up. And we should be able to come back here in about an hour and be totally done. As you can see, this stuff's already starting to dry. That's what I love about this stuff here, this pink stuff. Let's get that brand for you too one time. This is made by DAP, I guess. Dried Decks. And it says right there on the corner, goes on pink. Spackling, okay? I love this stuff. I mean, it sands real easy. And we will come back here in probably about an hour, and all this will be nice and white. And we'll be able to do a quick final sanding on it, and it'll be actually ready for paint. Okay friends, hey, we're back here at our little project here about 1 hour later, and as you can see, everything is turned nice and white. So I believe we're ready to do a quick final sanding, and we should be ready to put a coat of paint on this one day when we get ready to paint this, which is a up and coming video. Maybe in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we might actually try to get a coat of paint on this laundry room. And friends, when you're sanding this spackling, just go in all different directions. Don't press down really hard and cause a gouge. Just kind of lightly sand, because this stuff will sand really easy. And that's all you really have to do. Just keep going different directions. Now for our large area here, we'll just kind of knock down any little grooves that we have in it. And you can really see how easy this stuff sands, okay? And once you get all your grooves that may be in there sanded out, just kind of start coming back and forth around the edges and feathering. Going in different directions. So you don't have any low spots or high spots. Okay friends, hey, it looks like we're all done here. I went ahead and only took a few minutes of doing some sanding, and we got all this knocked down nicely. I think it's ready now for a coat of primer. I would definitely put at least a coat of primer over this general area right here before we actually put a coat of paint on it. But as you can see, everything, you rub your hand across it and you can feel any low spots or high spots or anything like that, and all that actually feels pretty good there. So I think we've done some pretty decent repairs. Friends, I hope you found this video helpful. This was actually intended just to kind of show you how to fix a hole anywhere from the size of a small nail up to the size of a 1/2 inch diameter, where someone might have installed some type of lag before, you know, to hold something up to the wall. We will be making some other videos real soon that I will show you how to repair some larger holes, like something about the size of a fist going through the wall or something like that. We'll show you a couple different techniques for repairing that as well. Thank you for watching the video today. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, like our video please, and tell a friend about us. Take care.